Hi everyone! In this lesson, we will go over how to choose the best measure of center to describe and summarize the distribution of a dataset. So let's begin with some more vocabulary. The word outlier refers to a value that lies far from the center of the distribution. It is basically referring to a data point that is much higher or much lower than the value that can be expected for the distribution, which the data point can also be called the extreme value. The next word is the word summary statistics. It refers to the information that gives a quick and simple description and overview of the dataset. It normally refers to the three measures of center: mean, median, and mode. Two of the most common characteristics we want to describe about a dataset are its central tendency and how it is spread out. So now let's go over how to choose the best summary statistics to describe the distribution of a dataset. The first type of graph is a normal distribution where most values are clustered around the center and symmetrically spread out in a bell curve. In this distribution, both the mean and median are 4.6 and the mode is 4.7. Since they are both relatively close to each other, both values can be a good description of the center of the values. However, by comparison, 4.6 is a bit better because there are more data on the left side of the distribution than on the right side, so they are closer to 4.6 than 4.7. So if you really need to choose an answer for this question, the value 4.6, which is the mean and median, is a better representation of the dataset. In this left and right skewed distribution example, notice how both have the mode at this end and the mean is being dragged to the direction of the skew. In these situations, the median is considered to be the best representation of the center location of the data. Since the mean is very sensitive to the data values, the more skewed the distribution, the greater impact the extreme values have on the mean. So the median is a better representation of the center of the data. So when is mode a good choice to represent the center of the dataset? It is a good choice when there are more than one mode in the example, and it is a jumble-up distribution with gaps in between data. In the examples given, notice how the one on the left has two modes and it is a jumble-up distribution. This is the one where the mode better represent the center of the data. While the example on the right where the mode is all the way to the end, to the left side, the mode is not a good choice to represent these data because that's not where the data are centered. To wrap this up, how do we pick the right choice to represent the central tendency and the spread out of our dataset? The mean is a better choice when the dataset has no extreme values, which is when the data values create a symmetrical distribution. The median is a better choice when the dataset has extreme values and there are no big gaps in the middle of the dataset, and the data values usually create a left skew or right skew distribution. The mode is a better choice when the dataset has more than one mode and when it is a jumble-up distribution. Okay, that's it for the lesson.